Now, a few hours later, 2.5 hours later, a scholar from Australia, Yanko Rosenbaum, who I think had his doctorate, or was working on his doctorate, was walking down the street on his own. I mean, he was totally oblivious. And he was accosted by a group of young blacks, 20 of them strong, which were being egged on by a black male, approximately 40 years old, and telling them, "Kill all Jews! Look what they did to the kid! Kill all Jews!" And all the epithets that go with it. Heil Hitler and all of them. They stabbed him. In which later, the stab wounds were fatal, and he passed away in the hospital. The mayor, hearing about the Cato kid, came to Kings County Hospital to give his condolences to the family of the child who had been regrettably killed. In the meantime, they had already wheeled in Mr. Rosenbaum. He was in the emergency room, and I was at the hospital at the same time. The mayor, seeing me, expressed his concern of a child who had been killed. Where I explained to him the fact that where the child was killed from an unfortunate accident, which there was no malicious intent, here, lying an individual in the emergency room had been stabbed with malicious intent. Not because he had done anything to anyone, just because he happened to be black. Subsequently, they started giving him anesthesia. In a time they weren't allowed to give him anesthesia. And while he was under anesthesia, he passed away. So whereas the mayor had been fed, his people got whatever information from the black community. The driver had run through a red light, and the ambulance, the Hasidic ambulance, refused to help the black child and would rather take care of their own. And this was fed amongst the black community. And it was all false. It was totally false, with a malicious intent to get riots, to start up resulting riots.